Hey guys, it's Lieutenant Colonel Baker here with our next lesson in team building. Okay? A lesson one, which is team member qualities. We've all been a member of a team. We know how it is to be a good team member. We've seen bad team members. Okay, so this is what we're going to discuss. All right, so as always, we have the essential question: how can I become a responsible team member? Hey, that's a good question. How do you think you can be a responsible team member? Meaning you are responsible for your actions and doing the right thing inside that team to accomplish the mission of whatever's been given to you. Okay? You will be put in teams often in this program where you'll be with 2 or 3 people in the class and you're given a mission to accomplish something. Okay? You will be a team member. Okay, so think about what kind of skills are important in being a good team member and a leader. Okay, so there's a difference. Okay, some of the words I want to define for you. Okay, we have the word cultivate is to nourish and to grow, almost like a plant, but you're cultivating your team leadership skills. Okay? We also have self-reliance, which is being able to depend on your own efforts and abilities. Okay? You always want to be able to depend on yourself. If you can't, then you don't know what to say for you. And then constructive criticism, which is provide critique, advice meant to improve or promote further development. Okay, it is constructive, meaning let's say you're new at shooting a rifle and you're having issues with your kneeling position. So the rifle team commander comes over and says, hey, let me see. Okay, shoot. Okay, I know what you're doing wrong. Let me show you. We need to move your knee here. Hold the rifle this way. Okay, that is constructive criticism because it's helping you get better at that kneeling position. Okay, criticism by itself is something that we don't want in our program. Okay, that's just being downright mean to somebody. Like, hey, you know what? You can't shoot kneeling position. Why even bother? Just give up. Okay, that is criticism, not constructive criticism. Okay, so the cooperative effort or action on the part of a number of people working together, especially to achieve a common goal, is known as what? I guess you got it. That's right. Teamwork. Okay. All right. So we're going to describe the 3 stages of team building and also the responsibilities of a team leader and some of the leadership factors that affect teamwork. Okay? And you also have individual responsibility in the teamwork. Okay? When I think of teamwork, the picture that comes to my head is always a tug of war. Everybody has to be pulling that rope the same way and giving maximum effort to win the tug of war. If somebody in the team is not pulling their weight, you will not win that tug of war. It's simple as that. Okay. All right. So now we have the integrity map, okay, which is something new. And we will go into that in further detail. So we have this new thing called the integrity map. Okay. It is a call it accountability, call it responsibility, or call it answerability. Call it what you wish. It is still called integrity that you must seek if your team is to be successful. Okay, the integrity map is a tool for determining how you see yourself in relation to 8 critical factors related to the integrity. Okay, now let me actually pull it up so you guys can see it, but I'm going to place it in the classroom drive folder. You know, this is something that needs to be filled out, sent in. It goes into your cadet portfolio on the Smart Cadet portal. But this is something that I'm going to look at because this is a good indication of how well you are going to do things. Okay. All right, so let me drop the ink this a little bit. Okay, so this is really what the integrity map is. Okay, I'm just going to read the admin instructions. Okay, it says use the pencil or ballpoint pen Read each item and circle the answer that best applies to your work or school life. Okay. So you read this answer. I am viewed by most people as trustworthy. Okay. M stands for most of the time. S stands for some of the time. And L stands for least of the time. So if I think I'm M, I'm going to put a 2 here. Okay. And then you answer all these questions. Obviously, at the bottom, you want to add up any of these columns that you have. And that's what it means: trust, consistency, commitment, and responsibility. Okay? And you keep going. Okay. These questions pertain to this. Okay. Then you go over here and then you say, oh, okay, so on my trust, I was, I was a 12. Okay? And that's how you're going to map your scores there. Okay. And then you can actually read the what it actually means for you. Okay. Big deal. This is actually a good thing to take. Okay. It's actually a good thing for everybody to take. I think I'm going to have my granddaughter fill it out because I'm curious to see what she's like. Now, she is 13, so a little bit different than you guys. Okay. All right. So that is the integrity map that you need to fill out. So let's move on to the next. Okay. So after you've taken the integrity map, here's some of the things that you actually want to think about while you're taking it. Okay. You're not going to try to game the system. You have to be as honest as possible so we can get an honest assessment of how well you do in these areas, okay? Because you want to have a clear and accurate picture of your current skill level. Okay? There's no right or wrong on this. This is just you filling it out. It's a point in time in your life. It'd be interesting if you could take it now and then we'll give it to you in 2 years when you're a senior and see how you've changed. Okay. That's all right. So think about what you know about teams and teamwork. Okay. So here are actually the stages in team building. Okay. Here we have the formation stage. Okay. Formation stages, cadets often do not have an opportunity to select team members. Cadets in leadership positions have the responsibility to ensure the team forms into a high-performing unit. Teams work best when new members quickly feel as part of a team. The 2 critical steps of the formation stage are reception and orientation. Reception is the leader's welcome to new members of the team. It should include a personal introduction. Orientation begins with meeting other team members, learning the layout and schedule of the team and activities, and generally getting to know the environment. Okay, so that introduction, if you're going to join the rifle team, the introduction, you obviously have to take the safety test. We go over the parts of the rifle, and then we get you out on the range and you meet everybody. You meet the rifle team commander, the XO, all that stuff. Okay. Now the next stage, enrichment stage, which is new team members gradually move from questioning everything to trusting themselves, their peers, and their leaders. Team members who trust each other are more willing to resolve differences of opinion. In fact, having trust in leaders allows members to suspend any doubts to concentrate on duties and mission accomplishment. Team members learn to trust when they are heard, observe actions related to their concerns, see clear lines of authority, and enforce standards. Leaders should understand signs of distrust during team building. Indicators of distrust include persistent defense of one's opinion, avoidance of conflict, ignoring the importance of team membership and goals, and suspicion about the motivation of others. Leaders can improve trust and build morale by getting to know team members, communicating truthfully with them, and treating them fairly, and recognizing good work and teamwork. Okay? So now we go on to the sustainment stage. During this stage, members identify with their team, they own it, They have pride in it, and they want the team to succeed. At this stage, team members will do what is necessary without direction. Cohesion characterizes this stage of team building. Cohesion is a bond of relationships and motivational factors that make a team want to stay and work together. Okay. So really, each group moves at its own speed through these three stages: the formation, enrichment, and sustainment stage. Okay, the more experienced the team members are, their interpersonal skills, the easier it is to go through these formations and get to that sustainment stage, because that's what you want to do. You want to be able to sustain this team performing at a high level. Okay, so a group of friends all joined junior ROTC together. They all knew each other because they all went to elementary and middle school together. They were all put into the same squad, and their new squad leader told them that she would choose team leaders in a couple of weeks. What group development stage is this squad most likely in? Remember, they all knew each other, okay? Formation, because they're all brand new in the squad, okay? It is easier to move to the enrichment stage if each team member is more skilled in what? We just talked about it earlier. That's right, your interpersonal skills. How will you deal with other people? All right. All right, so now we have the exercise 2. It's the food drive study. So let me pull that up. Okay, here we have the exercise 2. Okay, this is another thing that needs to be filled out. The following story illustrates the responsibilities of leaders to their subordinates and how teamwork affects the outcomes of a mission. As you read it, think about how the squad leader applied these responsibilities, then answer the following question. Okay, you need to read this thing and then answer these 3 questions. Well, there's more than 3, okay? These will also be in your class drive folder and also on the cadet portal. Okay. All right. So after you've done that exercise 2, what behavior should you watch for in your team? Think about that. Okay. And as a leader or team member, what actions should you take when you see those behaviors? So maybe there's a certain behavior that you're looking for that you don't want in your team, and as soon as you see it, you know how to handle it. Okay? So think about how you can improve your skills to be a more effective team leader. Okay. Okay, so here's some questions that are something food for thought. It says, why must good leaders also be good followers? You guys should know that by now. And then what are the 3 stages of team building? Right. So those are formation stage, enrichment stage, and sustainment stage. Okay. And then consider your last team project. How would you characterize your team leader, and how would you have done anything differently? You guys are all going to be in teams throughout the whole time in your career in the program. Okay. All right. And then you need to finish the performance assessment task.